I'm Robin Mead. Welcome at 30 minutes past the hour here. We're going to jump right into what's happening today in the headlines. The mayor of Los Angeles is among those urging 4 million residents, think about this, in Los Angeles to go ahead, wear masks if you have them when you go out in public. Now, ER physician Dr. Daria Long is joining us now from California. Dr. Daria, where are you joining us from right now?
I'm in Atlanta, Robin. How are
Home
you? Good morning.
Is where she's joining us from. Let me run right back into that question about the mask. California state health officials had shied away from doing this, but it just brings up more questions and confusion. To mask or not to mask?
So, Robin, I'm glad you're asking this because this is something I've been saying for a while. So I think the message is the same. I say yes, definitely. The general public, it's a great idea to wear a mask. And this is a great place for those homemade masks people are talking about making. Save the medical masks for us in the hospital, but a homemade mask, like one of those cloth masks, studies in Asia have shown us that it can protect and reduce your risk of infection. And we also know that it reduces your spread. So, a spread of the infection. So when you're doing those trips you have to make, maybe to the grocery store, to the gas station, put on that mask. A great idea.
Okay, let's go to the viewer questions here. First up is Lynn Marie. She says, if I get exposed to the virus and I go home and I wash my hands for the 30 seconds with the soap and the water, won't I get it back on my hands when I touch the faucet when I'm done? Yes, right?
So Lynn Marie, I am glad you have been paying attention to the hand washing instructions. Thank you. This is a great question. This is something I say you should always do when you wash your hands, especially in public. When you finish washing your hands, turn it off with a paper towel. You can turn off the faucet then, and then you can come back and wipe it with a disinfecting wipe if it's in your home to make sure that you're not just passing it back and forth. So great question.
Okay, Karen Lynn says, when is testing going to be readily available to most Americans? I care for my 55-year-old sister who's disabled, has had a stroke, has COPD and several other issues, and hasn't been feeling well, but doesn't have a high fever, so her doctor doesn't think she's a candidate for testing.
Karen Lynn, I hear you in this. Your concern is something that many people nationwide have. It's a concern that I as a physician have because I've had so many patients that I wanted to be able to test, even if they're not sick enough necessarily to go into the hospital. There's been some good news about new studies that are new tests that are coming out, maybe some that can be done even more quickly. They're not here yet. I'm not able to use them widely, but there's hope because that'll help us know who's at risk. And Robin, when we can all go back to our lives, we need those tests to be able to know who's been exposed, who could be immune.
Okay, and the Matt from Pennsylvania asked, I was wondering if the pneumonia shot many of us got could help with this illness.
That is a great question, Matt. Good for you for getting your shot. And the pneumonia shot and even the flu vaccine help for two reasons. The first is they protect you, even if you do get COVID, from getting a secondary infection, of getting the secondary flu infection or a bacterial pneumonia infection. And secondly, they keep you from getting sick with those diseases, which if you came in with flu or pneumonia, we wouldn't at first know if you had those or COVID, and we'd have to lump you in with everybody who we suspect may have COVID, which makes work even harder and concerns me for all of the patients.
By pneumonia shot, do we mean pneumonia vaccine? And who's supposed to be getting that?
So, Robin, good question. Everybody over the age of 65 should be getting it, making sure they're up to date on their pneumonia shot. Then, of course, the flu shot for everybody above the age of 6 months.
Although you don't want to really
Thanks,
be
Robin.
running out to a clinic right now. Dr. Daria Long, thank you. Good to see you.